What's up, everybody? Hold on, let me shut my door here. How are we doing today? It is the 23rd of April. Draft day. That's why I got my Eagles jersey on today. My hair is crazy. I'm going to be wearing a hat from here on out because I can't get my hair cut. So you're going to have to deal with that. Let's get this party started. So yesterday we went over ethics. And today we've got patients' rights, advanced directives, and standards. We're going to try to get it all done today because it's Thursday and I want to make sure I get all the notes in by Friday. So still try to keep it to 10 minutes. All right, so 5.3 patients' rights. Basically, every agency, every healthcare company has to have a written policy that sets forth all of the rights that you get as a patient. So it's important that if you are ever a patient, that you understand there are a variety of things that exist to help protect you and to help get you the rights and get you the things that you need, in order to be taken care of. So that's just a quick little overview of that. I think there's like a question or two on your homework, but no biggie. Okay, this is the kind of serious stuff here. So 5.4 is all about advanced directives. So if you look at that term, advanced directives, it's something that you put forth in advance, and you can like kind of lay the groundwork for your treatment. It's legally binding. So if you're about to, go under surgery and it's a really risky surgery and you might, your possibility of you living might be like 50-50 or something crazy like that, there might be some sort of advanced or legal directives. It's a legal document and it's put in place in order to protect you and make sure that the hospital follows the rules and stuff for you. So the two that exist is a living will, which is something that you would put in place to say, this is what I want to happen with my care. If I am in a vegetative state after surgery, meaning I'm in a coma and the doctors have determined that I'm not going to come out of a coma, you might put in that your living will that they would, quote, pull the plug, or they would allow you to take you off ventilation and allow you to pass away. That's living will. There's DNRs, or do not resuscitate. That would be like if somebody was 150 years old and they were in a hospital and they probably weren't going to get out of the hospital because they were at the end of their life. If they were to go into cardiac arrest, a do not resuscitate order would mean that they're not going to send in the crash cart and shock you with the paddles and try to do CPR and bring you back. That they're just going to let you to pass away. So that's the living will stuff. And then the durable power of attorney is when you set forth somebody else. And I talked about this in 5.1 with agent, where you set somebody to be your agent to make your legal decisions for you. So that might be like same grandma that's 150 years old. She appoints her daughter or son to have power of attorney to make sure that they can do offer legal decisions on her behalf. So these are all part of law, the Patient Self-Determination Act. Healthcare workers have to honor this, and if they don't, if they ignore an advance directive, there's some serious, serious consequences. So observing patient rights, taking care to ensure safety, their privacy, their well-being are all very, very, very important things in all parts of patients' rights, and these directives must be recognized. Otherwise, there's legal ramifications, or there's job ramifications. Like if you ignored a DNR or missed it and did something and actually saved a person and brought them back to life, but they had a DNR, you might still get sued or you still might lose your job, which sounds insane. You save the person's life. You think that's what you want to do, but they have that choice here in America. So something to consider, to think about. All right, 5.5, professional standards. This is being a professional in the workplace. Being professional is part of law as well, meaning that you are only allowed to do things that you are trained to do. You're only allowed to use correct and proper methods or procedures, and that you must obtain authorization, meaning you can't just shoot from the hip. You can't just say, oh, I read about this amazing way to do the surgery, let's give it a shot here. The patient has to consent to being part of a trial surgery or being part of a trial drug or something like that. So you have to make sure that they have permission. So the main things that you're going to want to do in order to adhere to professional standards is identify every single patient that you come across. Typically that's easy. They usually wear bracelets or they have their name written on there, but you always want to make sure that you're doing your work on the actual patient that's supposed to get that work. I know that sounds like basic. However, there are tons of cases where patients were misidentified and a procedure was done to them that wasn't supposed to be done on them. They operated on the wrong arm. They operated on the wrong leg. They operated on the wrong person. It's happened, and there's major lawsuits. The next thing that you must do is obtain consent. Consent is when the patient says, "Okay, yes." You have to get consent for everything, even taking blood pressure, giving a shot. All has to be done through consent. You have to observe safety precautions. You have to keep information confidential. Always think before you speak and treat all patients equal or the same. You can't accept tips or bribes. If grandma knits you a sweater or a blanket, that's one thing, but you can't be like, "Hey, make sure my son gets the top of the list. Here's $50." It doesn't work like that. If you make a mistake, it has to be reported. If you don't, it's its own version of negligence. So if you did make a mistake, it was negligent. You have to, deal with it. You can't just say, "Oh, well, maybe if nobody notices, now it's gonna be an even bigger deal." You have to behave professionally, dress professionally, use proper language, and make sure that you are insured in order to provide healthcare. All right. So to summarize everything from this chapter, you need to make sure that you understand all the legal and ethical implications of your career, that you ask the proper questions, ask the patient, ask your boss, whatever that you need to do, and that you contact your state board of health and make sure that you go through everything properly, that you obtain all the regulations that you need, that you follow all the guidelines, that you're licensed the correct way, and you should be good to go. The basic standards that were listed need to be followed, and you doing so will protect you, it protects your employer, and it protects the patient, and you can provide quality care. All right, guys, that's everything for chapter 5. Thanks for listening. If you like football or you like sports, the NFL draft is tonight, so everybody that's a football fan is excited for that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day.